Hello everyone and welcome back for another speedrun race here in MGS2 Speedrun. My name is Hustis and we're racing against Mockingjay today. It's a preview of what will happen at ESA Winter 2022. Enjoy the race and of course follow everyone. Their socials are linked in the description down below.
Thanks, House. Yeah, we're back after a little short intermission, a quick warm-up tanker, and we're ready to get started again.
Yep.
Just gonna check for the countdown here when the runners are ready.
Countdown is dropped. And then they're going.
3, 2, 1, and we're off.
Let's go. Again. But this time with Mockingjay having sound. I mean, as a blindfolded runner, I would say that sound is very fucking important. So
Indeed.
I can't really do without. So for her to be coming that far in the run, not having any game overs before that hold still part, that's very cool. That shows how much she knows the run.
Ooh, and House just getting kicked. Not good start there, but there's plenty of time saved to be had in this run, especially, maybe a left side loop Olga and good guard rush. So
Yeah. Oh,
we're just getting started here.
We saw Snake doing a little cheeky down left movement there against the wall. That sometimes happens. It's very funky. Doesn't cost you any time. It's just funny to see. So now it's just the race to Olga.
Yep, and we're gonna skip another codec here. Cool story, bro, Otacon. Nobody cares. And we're good. Heading into Olga. Let's see what these runners get this time.
Yeah,
will there be a left side?
Nuclear war, blah blah. We get it. Ooh.
Ooh, we got a left side.
With
We got a
shot.
fast left side for Mockingjay. Missed the second shot.
Also left side for House. Yes, gets the headshot.
Does he get the loop though? He does.
He does. Nice. But Mockingjay is still ahead.
Ooh. Had to do an extra shot there, but he's out.
Yeah, she cheekily dodged him. He got Olga there for a second. So let's see.
And
if the
dab
death
drops?
drop.
No for Mockingjay.
It's very rare. I mean, I think 1 in 5.
And no for House this time.
You know.
Mockingjay having a better menu this time to the USP. Very nice.
Moving on. Bit of cheeky movement there for Mockingjay, but it's all fine here. I mean, you want to do tanker fast, because it can really impact your run, but as long as you're not getting any game overs, like a game over can easily cost you like from 20 to 40 seconds, I would say, depending on where you get it. If you get it in the engine room, that really sets you back.
Yeah. In my opinion, the run really starts in engine room. Olga's just a warm up, but the run really starts in engine room.
Well, I mean, I reset always at Olga because that's the reset point. You know, you just know if you have a slow Olga that you should not continue, because that's how tight the run is. If you're just doing tanker, that is.
Mockingjay having a little bit of trouble with the swag strat again. And
was also having trouble.
Oh!
Opting to shoot the guy directly.
Opting for the headshot there. Both runners having a little bit of trouble with swag strat.
Oh, she's in trouble with the guards now. Oh. Yep, getting smacked back. These guards can be really mean.
You hate to see it. Yeah, when you don't get that timing right, it can be really, really difficult.
I was just having to wait a small second before hitting the guards. This actually puts him back, I would say, into the tanker race, if this was a tanker race.
I think Mockingjay comes out a little bit ahead. She started on stream a little bit later.
Yeah.
But again, there's plenty of time saved to be had in plant, or plenty of mistakes that can be made in plant as well, so for all intents and purposes, this is still pretty much dead even.
Yeah, and guard rush is the second point where you can either lose or win a lot of seconds, I would say. Especially if you get the box guard. Box
Ooh,
guard
and
being hardest. Ooh.
Mockingjay getting shot by the guards, getting the alert here. Oh, and
Oh,
getting
and
kicked
kicked.
too.
Oh, that puts House ahead, I would say.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, deck 2 can be quite fickle sometimes if you don't get the timing just
Well,
right.
Tanker just kicks your ass. That's just a fact. I mean, mostly in Plant, there's a lot of movement. There are some hard parts, but it's not as action-packed as this run is.
Ooh, House getting a pretty good guard rush here.
Yeah. Oh, Mockingjay.
Mockingjay's fault, but that one guard behind, that's the cheekiest guard right there behind the right side there. That's killed a bunch of my runs too. You hate to see that.
Yeah.
But pretty good, all in all, pretty good guard rushes from both runners here as we
Definitely not
go into the
bad.
holds.
House doing the triple punch. Gets the ladder glitch.
Good ladder glitch.
Getting the
Mockingjay
flick.
taking a little bit of time to set up, but still looks clean. Yep.
Single punch. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing.
Yeah, the timing is pretty finite there.
Yeah.
Again, Mockingjay electing to take the hold a little bit safer.
Dominoes from House, very clean. Very clean execution there. He's gonna go on to the photo section. So we need to take 4 photos.
Mockingjay's dominoes looking good too.
Basically, we go to 2 places to make those photos. It depends on the runner, what places they go. There are multiple ways to get those angles. But I think these runners are using the same old school strats. There's a new strat where you can take 2 photos on the right, but that's not being used here.
Yeah, let me think. Yeah, I elect to take the 2 photos on the right when I do my 2 spot, but overall, very seasoned runners. They know what they know, and it's good to use what you know in a race setting.
So now it's time for the planned.
Yeah, we're out of the SS Pepega, as Joseph Joestar 316 likes to call it. And we're going to have a lot of codec calls, a lot of dead time as we go into the beginning of Plant. So I'm going to take this opportunity to say, if you're not following Housedist or Mockingjay on Twitch, why don't you go and hit that button right now? So that would be twitch.tv/Housedist with a 5 for the S, and twitch.tv/Mockingjay0906. I'm sure they would very much appreciate your support. And
in case you got
smash that
Twitter,
button.
in case you got Twitter, and please follow Apache Smash.
Oh yeah, gotta follow Apache Smash on Twitter at Apache Smash.
Exactly. Both runners at the nodes right now, probably opting to go for the M9 right after.
Disappointing not to see the 42069 birth date for Mockingjay on the nerd here.
Any mistakes were made. So they're just waiting for the elevator to come down right now. Usually this section is for new players to orient where they are and to just find out a little bit about their area and to wait for the guard to wake up. Mockingjay is actually opting to not get the M9.
Yeah, there are 2 things that you can do here. You can either go back into the deep sea dock to get the M9 outright, which gives you a little bit of ammo when you go up to the Strut A roof, or you can just elect to pick it up on the Strut A roof as well. There's no time loss for electing to do either one, or time save, rather. But it just comes down to personal preference and just, memeing or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like some clean movement on the Strut A roof for a house. Very nice.
Usually people just get the M9 because they don't want to wait. We're speedrunners. We are very impatient people. So we're going to make our way towards Strut B, where we will get the cutscene with Vamp.
Yeah. And I think Do you know, Lightning, if House has been practicing conveyor, or
Yes, I
he's
think
just going
so.
to elect to do regular clockwise?
I think he knows how to do it, but I don't dare to say if he does it in a race.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see here.
We'll see it when if he goes counterclockwise, he won't do it.
Yeah. But
So
both seasoned runners, I think both have a 104 range PB, pretty evenly matched.
yes, yes they do. Oh, JMC says House will configure. Yeah, I think so.
There we go.
So after this, after Strat B, you go to Strat C, and then we meet Peter Stillman, who's going to learn us how to dispose a bomb. Normally on a new game, you would have to sit through the entire cutscene, but because we're not on a new game, we can just skip the entire cutscene. And then we can choose either to go clockwise or counterclockwise. There will be bombs on every strut on the facility, and Snake will get the bombs. I mean, Pliskin will get the bombs on the...
Ooh, spoilers over here, Lightning.
I'm so sorry. Pliskin will be getting the bombs on the other half of the shell, and Raiden will be getting the bombs on this part of the shell. Oh, how's going counterclockwise here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. Electing to get the Strat C bomb first. And let's see for Mockingjay, electing to go clockwise. Very nice. So we won't know who's really ahead until we get to the Strat A roof, going down to defuse the last bomb.
Yeah, it's going to depend on how things are played out. If you do the configure belt, it will save you, I think, like 10 seconds maybe if you do it perfectly. If you don't, you can easily get lose a little bit of seconds. So it's easy to be even with the non-configure belt strat. That's the only difference between the two. I would say that there's a little bit more risk.
Strut D looking good for Mockingjay so far, quite clean. Let's see her take care of the guard. Ooh, getting shot, but she's past the guard. She's going to take the alert, but that's probably not going to matter all too much. She's just going to make her way onto the D connecting bridge here.
Yeah, the backup guards are not coming from where she has to go, so she's safe. How's it? One of the, I would say, hardest struts right here when it comes to the bomb disposal. Very technical and lots of movement here. So we use the D-pad to crawl under those pipes, because Raiden moves faster when you're crawling with the D-pad on. And we do something that's called the coolant rise. So as you can see, that Raiden is instantly standing up after crawling under a pipe, and you can see how switching over to the coolant spray. That's what we call the coolant rise. So when Raiden's ass is like just about to not be covered by the pipe. This is how it's explained to me, by the way. This is not me making this up. This is how it got explained to me. So if his ass just about leaves the pipe, that's when you switch to the coolant and press X to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And it will get you up immediately.
Overall, very clean movement from House in Strat A. That was very nice. Some runners elect actually to pick up the box for conveyor in that strut after they defuse the bomb. I don't really know as far as time save what difference that makes, but it seems like it's a to each their own type of deal for whether they go for the box. And House is going to go for one more box on the roof of Strut E as well in order to be able to execute the conveyor strat later.
Yeah.
And going back over to Mockingjay. Ooh, very nice movement from Mockingjay picking up that Claymore. That was steezy. Very nice.
Very, very good Claymore pickup right there. And she will use that Claymore later in the run to trigger an alert and then like breeze through the guards. We'll tell you when it comes up. Oh, House doing the same there. Very clean from both.
Yeah, they're going to be using the Claymore and the B2 of the Shell 1 core to pick up the D mic. And it will what that will do is it will prevent a couple cutscenes from taking place. And if executed properly, will leave them on a caution so that the elevator will remain open, and it results in a little bit of time save in that room.
Yep. So House arriving at the airport right now, going to pick up that box, which he will use in the conveyor belt. So the conveyor belt helps you to get transported to several struts easily, depending on what box you got. So you can try, like, basically teleport yourself to another strut. Like we said, like, you don't really win a lot of seconds with it, but it's worth it in this run because it's very tight. If you look at the leaderboards, people are literally like seconds away from each other.
Yeah, full game is there's a lot of runners. I think there's about 90-something runners on that board, and it gets crowded over by where these guys are on the 104 pace here. And Mockingjay going through the AB connecting bridge. She had a pretty clean strut A as well. I think one coolant rise was missed, but other than that, looked pretty great to me.
The
and we saw House.
Is not the easiest.
We saw House executing the conveyor strat there. I missed that because I was looking at Mockingjay's strats there.
Yeah, that's what you have when you're you got two runners doing really tough strats. The bomb disposal is just very packed, I would say.
Yeah, but just a quick explanation. What you'll see in Strut E is you'll see House line himself up with the conveyor belt. Some players choose to shoot the M9 to give themselves a buffer, some don't. And they'll be able to glitch onto the conveyor itself without the animation and be able to walk along the conveyor belt instead of having the box equipped and them being just in place there.
Mockingjay doing the last bomb. So now House is gonna go back to the conveyor to get as fast as possible to strut A. So he will teleport once more.
Mm-hmm. So I think once we're out of both these rooms here, we should see the timer start to count down.
Yeah. So for Mockingjay, the timer is already counting down. The timer for the big bomb is in where you start, the starting area, the deep docks. And so House is going to teleport himself, basically saving himself from all that walking that Mockingjay is doing right now.
I think House letting go of L1 there a little bit of a shaky movement there. But going on to the conveyor here.
Yep.
House elects not to use the M9 buffer. Very interesting. That was quite clean there.
Very clean, yeah.
Very nice.
He saved some seconds with that. You can see it because you can see that Mockingjay is a little bit behind.
Still on the AB connecting bridge there, yeah.
Yep. And those are exactly the seconds that you can save.
Especially when you're in the 104s, that could be the difference between a 104 and a 103 for sure. All right, so both runners going to the deep sea dock here. We say goodbye to Stillman. Rest in peace. Fatman had his number apparently.
He got Fatman.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
So let's do this last bomb here. Or second to last, technically, but you know.
Fatman gave him a fat boy. Anyway. Yeah, so House is going to the Fortune fight here. The Fortune fight is not really a fight, because you can't hit Fortune. Fortune is, for some reason, invulnerable that we won't be discussing now because of spoilers. So basically what you will be seeing House do is, well, first 3 punches so he can sit behind that truck. So she can destroy as many boxes and whatever as she can, because the more she destroys, the faster the fight will go.
Yeah, at first this fight might seem like an auto-scroller, but it's actually not. You can get a lot of extra dialogue, and there's been a lot of time put in to this fight from runners to figure out the fastest way to do this as possible. You want to minimize dialogue here and take some precise movements. So after you go to the let her destroy the forklift and shoot you, you want to move over to the sets of barrels and let her destroy the barrels.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so basically it's just it's a matter of getting the least amount of dialogue as possible and ending the fight as soon as possible.
And it's very
But this
possible
can
to die here, even on very easy, because you're actually intentionally putting yourself into very dangerous places. Like when those oil drums explode, that causes a lot of damage to Raiden, so you really have to be aware of where you are and if you're standing somewhere. There's also objects that can come from the ceiling and that can drop on you. House is already getting out. That's
very clean. Yeah, you know, it's word to the wise: don't get hit by the railgun.
Yeah, and don't get hit by an explosion. So you can see when she hits the oil drum that the oil will start seeping out, and then the fire will start. That's what tells you. Not a tough fight or anything, but it's very annoying to get it right. And it's also based on RNG because she will either hit something or not. Alright.
Alright. Let's
Now we're going to the Fatman fight. Let's see if
Mockingjay avoiding the... Ooh! Gets hit by the Claymore. Very unfortunate.
Very
if she times
cheeky
right, she should
Claymore.
get some iframes there. Very nice. She doesn't get hit by the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very cheeky Claymore. Very hard to dodge, I would say. Going to the Fatman fight, Fatman can either be killed legally or non-legally, but just like any other in the game. I believe the non-lethal strat is a little bit faster, but it's also harder to execute.
Yeah, it requires like a cartwheel at the exact right time. I don't know if we'll see either of these runners go for non-lethal, but we'll just have to sit and wait and find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, non-lethal is certainly a risk, but if it's executed well, it will save you exactly those seconds that you really want to get.
Yeah, and I think House is close to a 103 on his PB. He's currently at a 104.02, so that's the type of thing that you would see that would make the difference between a 104 and a 103.
And he's going to put some coolant on that bomb right now.
Getting the fast bomb, very nice.
Yep.
And going into Fatman. Let's see it.
Let's see what he does.
Going lethal, looks like.
Yeah, he's going lethal. Going to spray that bomb, hit him again.
Oop, missed a shot there.
Yeah,
so there's a little bit of RNG with Fatman's movement, depending on your own movement. The best case scenario is that he will move south after you initially hit him. And we see House is already out. Like, that was clean, quite fast. Also getting the fast bomb for the last bomb disposal there.
Very nice from Mockingjay getting a Fatman there. Getting the second hack shot. He goes south as well. That's very good. He's,
almost behind the box there. That was close, but
he almost went out of sight, but she got him. Very fast Fatman for Mockingjay.
Yeah, I think no fast bombs for Mockingjay though.
Not that I saw, no.
On the last one though, she got it. There we go. And we are introduced to Mr. X, who mysteriously has a Russian accent, but more about that later.
Who would that be?
I don't know. No talk about the unit, though.
There are no Russians here on this show, okay?
Only little green men. And sometimes orange men.
So very important now is to get the PSG1. Don't be like me and forget the PSG1. So we're going to the Strut F right now, which is kind of like the weapons room. If you have played MGS1, you'll know there's like an armory. Well, Strut F is basically that armory. Oh wait, am I taking things wrong? Oh, anyway, we're going to the core first. Hey, I've never run this game. I'm a little ahead, but I'm just saying it because it is very fucking important. Every time I get out of the heliport, I'm like, don't forget that PSG1.
Well, so I mean, you could be mistaken on other difficulties. You actually do have to go to Strut F to pick up the AK, but in very easy, it's actually available in the core. So we'll see both players here going straight to the core to pick up the AK instead of going to Strut F here.
And then using that Claymore to initiate the alert on this level of the core.
We'll see that coming up in just a second here on House Stream. And we can see Mockingjay already has the Claymore equipped, so she'll have it on previous here as well.
Yeah. Perfect execution there. Going past the guards. All just to get the directional mic so that we can find aims.
Interesting to note as well, while you're in the alert phase, guards will recognize you even if you have the BDU and AK equipped, but on evasion and caution they will not. And we see House dodging the guards there, and the elevator will be open. So overall, that's a little bit of a time save there, skipping the cutscenes. We see Mockingjay doing the same thing as well. Whoop, getting a little bit of an extra elevator there, a little elevator boss. And House setting up here to choke the guard out for the retinal scanner.
Yep.
With a 2-punch buffer.
Very easy.
Very nice. An unequipped BDU because it actually loads a little bit faster without the BDU equipped. And guards are pretty much blind on very easy, so they tend not to see you. And
he did it behind the guard, so
yeah.
that does clear him.
The big question is, where is my dick right here? Where is Richard? We need to figure that out. So, on New Game Plus, you can spawn in a bunch of different locations.
Wow.
Looks like it's southwest Ames.
Well seen
here
from House, because he was right behind that pillar.
Yeah. Only guy with the mullet in the strut.
Yeah.
And we'll see where Mockingjay's placement is. She has some chance to catch up if she gets a good aims here. Ooh,
yeah,
and
yeah,
southeast,
pretty good.
Pretty good aims.
So are you aims?
And we'll see House took some iframes while pressing the elevator button, choosing to AK the guard.
He didn't have to AK that guard, but he just did that.
Well, it can be tight if you have some movement flubs, because if you go into alert before you press the elevator, you actually won't be able to operate the elevator. And so it might be a comfort thing for some runners.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mockingjay electing to do the MJ slide here with the M9, tranking the guard and going for the elevator button instead.
Yeah, and now we are getting the PSG-1. Because you don't want to be without a PSG-1 when you get to the bridge between the two shells.
Yeah, because fun fact, you can't get the sensor on the Cypher without it. Which is extremely frustrating.
You can hit it with the SOCOM as much as you want, but you won't be hitting anything.
Might blow up the bridge, but you know.
I don't think you can hit the Cypher. Not sure actually, but
yeah,
I'm sure that
either.
you can hit the sensor. It's just too far away, so the game registers that as you can't hit it. So you do really need that PSG-1, and you need the PSG-1 later anyway because we have a sniper section coming up. Spoilers. So it's a very nice thing to have anyway.
So they're both just going to be heading for the Shell 1-2 connecting bridge to take out the sensors.
How many sensors are there again? Like 5? 5 on VE? That's the Cypher?
Either 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6. Yeah, and it's very important to not accidentally hit a bomb or hit the Cypher. Especially the Cypher can really be annoying, and like just move in your aim just as you're about to shoot.
Yeah,
you know,
and
you're almost hitting that button with your thumb, but exactly in that 0.1 seconds, the Cypher decides to move into your aim. So
yeah, hopefully you don't get any seagull percent as well. We don't want to shoot any animals. That's animal cruelty.
No birds are harmed in this.
Very nice. House did not blow up the bridge. Both racers' hearts must be racing right now because they're about to go into probably the trickiest boss of Plant, which is the Harrier. So let's see it from House. Ooh, first shot a little late. Missed the first shot.
He missed the first shot. Getting the third, maybe? No.
Ooh, that's a one-shot Harrier. Ooh, that's going to be difficult for House to make this time up. Mockingjay has a little bit of time.
Mockingjay getting a little bit of difficulty with the sensors. Yeah, that's not a good... like, Harrier... There are different strats to do Harrier, but we try to opt for the 4+1 strat, where you just... It's just about timing. Yeah. People have to aim and, like, blindly, and hit the Harrier blindly. Mockingjay having a way better start than House.
Yeah, I missed Mockingjay. Did she get a 4+1 there?
I think she had 4+. Either 3 or 4+1.
Well, she's already going into the die shots here.
Yep. Very nice from Mockingjay, and you see how it's struggling. It's just very slow. If you miss those shots, the Harrier will go into a phase where it just will shoot away and try to hit you from a very large distance, and that costs a lot of time.
I think especially with the permutation that House got, he got, I think, 1 shot off. People usually practice backups. You know, you have the 2+5 Harrier. I think it's pretty hard to have a backup for a 1-shot Harrier. So
nice for Mockingjay.
He's doing the best he can here, given the circumstances. This is a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a very tough fight. Mockingjay getting the end of the fight just before the rockets would hit her. That's very nice. Let's see if the leap of faith is going well. Yes, she got it.
And House is out as well. So this brings Mockingjay ahead. See, just like that, the Harrier, it can be the deciding factor oftentimes in a race between 2 runners.
Yeah, it's just a very tight setup, especially for getting those extra shots.
House clears Leap of Faith as well. Very nice.
Oh yeah, it's called Harrier 2.5. That's right. I think Plywood uses that.
Well, there's the 2+5 Harrier, and then there's the 2.5 Harrier, which is a little different.
Right.
I think. Mockingjay electing to use the chaff grenade. She'll take the alert, and then the chaff grenade will jam the ciphers. That will. Well, she's going to throw 2, but it will jam the ciphers' vision, so they won't be able to shoot later on. And House is about to do the same thing.
Yeah, just equipping and then equipping to be a little bit faster on those sidestep.
Yep, as we can see House doing right now.
Yep.
Just, you know, slight animation cancels, a little bit of time save here and there.
So now we're going to save the president. We're going to save him, guys. Oh, nice aerial there from Mockingjay. That's one of the hardest aerials, I would say.
Yeah, you don't want to take a continue here because it brings you all the way back.
Yeah, there's like 2 very hard aerials. I mean, the Leap of Fate is kind of hard, but it's not as hard as this one and the one later in Tengu where they can easily lose like 20 seconds. So
the gap of eternal sadness, as some may call it.
House also getting that aerial, very nice. So now we're going to save the president. He's going to be totally healthy and alive. And for that, we need to get a rocket launcher, because that's just how you greet your president, with a rocket launcher, right?
We're going to go to B1 of the Shell 2 core here and pick up the Nikita. Very similar to Metal Gear Solid 1. And we see... Will we see Mockingjay try and get the animation cancel off the wall here, or the quick turn? Let's see. Ooh, I think she missed the Nikita there. That hitbox can be tricky if you miss it the first time.
Yeah.
Having to go into first-person view here to realign, and she nabs it.
Nice.
And we see House getting it on the first try there.
Oh, they're neck and neck here.
See, that little mistake there just put them neck and neck again. It's anybody's race. These are 2 runners that have been brought up together. This is a battle of the ages. They've been, you know, really practicing shedding wood together, racing together. And it's always a good time, and it's always intense watching these 2 runners go head-to-head.
They're so close to each other, and they keep improving and improving. I mean, I remember when Mockingjay got her 105 and the 106 even, and now they're both at 104, so it's insane. But we, of course, have to thank a lot of people.
Oh, House missing the first Nikita missile. I want to take this. I want to take this opportunity to say follow Apache Smash on Twitter at. Thankfully, on VE, it takes 2 missiles to kill the president.
House. Oh, my heart.
He's still my heart.
Yeah, no, and, we got a lot of people to thank in MGSR, like JM Coach for helping House and Mockingjay, Tino, and of course Fury, and I think a lot of people helped out here, helping these runners to get us the best race that we want to see at ESA.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure they'll extend the same courtesy to me when I start to learn plant finally. And we now say goodbye to the president. Rip the president. There was a bunch of exposition that we skipped in
He
these
died?
cutscenes here. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It's hard to miss, right? Wasn't that the whole point of the game? I'm confused.
Oh, kill the president? Well,
Well,
we
looks like
solved
this
it
all
then.
went to shit.
Let's see if
No.
they go for a swim glitch, though.
I
Swim
know
glitch-
Houst has been practicing it recently, so
Yeah,
I
they
think
both
we're
did.
likely to see it from him.
They both know how to do the swim glitch. It's a tough glitch, but it's not impossible. Basically, they're trying to go out of bounds by using the corner of this corridor. Okay,
Mockingjay not
is
going for
not
it.
going for it. But
This is
let's
Houst's
see.
chance to catch up.
Yeah.
This could be the difference right here. Let's see.
Yeah, he's going for it.
He's going for it.
lining
There we
up.
go.
He's trying to get himself up by swimming against this corridor. Just, yeah, very, very well.
Ooh,
He needs to go a little bit higher.
Will we see a 2-cycle here? Yes,
Yes.
we will.
And now he gets
Overall,
out of
pretty
bounds,
clean.
And that's how he can skip going through that maze that Mockingjay is going through right now. And that's how he will get to Vamp very, very fast. I think that puts him ahead.
Yeah, Houst will have to open the door on the way back, though. And so I think quite indeterminate right now, because we did see a 2-cycle, so I think we'll see once both these runners pair up at the end of the swimming section when they go to the EMA escort.
So here we go with a Vamp. Well, that was Vamp. Anyway.
Well, Vamp 1. Just wait for Vamp the sequel after Twilight Sniping, but
yeah, we just blast Vamp with a lot of stingers. Don't be like, if you're short on stingers, then you got a problem. But if you're good on stingers, then you can just spam him. And
you need at least 6 stinger missiles, I believe, in order to do that.
I think a little bit more if you're using turbo. That's the question. If you're using turbo, you'll be shooting them way faster and too fast for the hitbox to. Like, I mean, he will have some iframes, so.
This is true. I think once I start to run plant, I'll have more of the answers to these questions. And we're heading into the Emma escort section here. A little bit of a mirror here. You know, both Otacon and Emma pee themselves in the locker there.
Yeah,
very
they're
nice.
totally friendly.
But it all washes out here in the swimming section. No worries.
So
like
we don't
being
really
laundry.
we don't really like Emma, so we like to bop her out of bounds so that we don't have to walk her around, and then she will teleport to the end of the level, or the room, I would say.
I think there's some new... Sorry, go ahead, please.
No, yeah, it's okay. It's called Emma zipping, or Emma bumping. It depends on where you are. And
Well, yeah. The new tech I think that's been discovered is called the Emma Zip, and that's where we try in both the elevator going up to floor 1 of the Shell 2 core and on the KL connecting bridge to bump her out of bounds and get an alert and reload the room, and so she will. We can kind of skip a lot of the escort phase, and she'll appear much farther in the rooms ahead, so you don't have to hold her hand all the way.
yeah, we
I don't
just do
know.
not like her.
I don't know if we'll see either of these runners do it. The setup is quite tricky, and at this time it's still quite inconsistent. I know Tino's been working quite a lot on working on a consistent strat for it, but
Yeah, there's one that's very consistent that I think JMC found, but I mean, in the end, everything's a community effort. But I think JMC found the one that we're possibly going to see right now when House goes up the elevator, before just choking Emma towards the elevator, because she hates bugs, and there's a lot of bugs on this floor here. So we just put her in a chokehold, and that's
we're
how
not choking her. We're just giving her a little hug. It's just a little TLC. We're just telling her everything is going to be okay.
A little friendly hug from behind. It's nothing wrong.
How's having a little trouble with the elevator there? Those buttons can be tricky.
Elevator bosses. So let's see if he goes. No, he's not going to go for it. And
It
that's
is
fair.
it is risky, especially when it's a razor thin margin like this. That can make or break a race.
Same for Mockingjay, yeah. I mean, if you pop her out of bounds here, you will get an alert. The guards will sort of see her, but they can't really see her because she's out of bounds, so you can safely just go to the exit of this room and then go back in, and then she'll be standing there waiting for you to grab her hand. There's a similar kind of thing that you can do in the next room, but that one's even harder to get. So there's ooh, Mockingjay having a little bit of trouble getting that guard there.
Little AK trouble with the AK here.
Yeah, and
I think we are going to see both runners do the Emma bump though, which is where we just give her a little bump through the door and it makes her spawn
here.
location.
Yes, House doing
House
it, of
got that.
course. Yeah.
Very clean. And you see she appears, rather than at the start of the door, just a little bit ahead at the next door,
It's like
on the way to the outside.
Oh, Mockingjay getting an alert.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, she knows what to do. That's
Yeah.
very good. She's going on without Emma to make sure that because alerts don't carry in VE, so she. Oh, where the fuck is Emma?
Ooh, but the spawn location is a little tricky there.
Yeah.
So that's where Emma will spawn if you get the Emma zip, actually, in the elevator.
Exactly.
Fun fact. But you do have to reload the room, just like Mockingjay did.
So not to have to wait for the because when you have an alert, Emma will freak out and she won't really want to walk along with you. So that's why she went out of the room and then back in, so that the alert will fade, because the alerts don't carry. She's going to get the Cypher here. Very nice.
Has enough AK ammo for that.
Fire. The fire boss is very hard. You can actually
hopefully
kill Emma in the fire.
Yeah, I was about to say, hopefully we won't see Emma go up in smoke here. You know, we don't want any immolation here. That would not be fun.
I had not seen that ever happen before, but when I saw that happen, I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, fun fact, I think you can use an audio cue to know when to let go of the coolant. It should be the cell phone will ring once you get to the fire, and if you set it up properly, you should be able to finish spraying the coolant by the second ring of the cell phone.
Yeah, and I believe the black smoke will come off. So, how's going to the sniping section here to help Emma to get over the bridge towards the other shell?
This is, pretty much a pretty calm part of the run. The only thing that you really have to look out for, other than shooting the guards, is not to look in Emma's direction as she's walking along that first catwalk there, because she can slip and fall if you look at her, and that I think that loses about 7 or 8 seconds there.
Yeah, if
so
you
that
look
would
at
be
her,
nasty.
It will make her nervous, and then she will slip and fall. She kind of feels your eyes in her back, and she's a very awkward person, just like Otacon.
Yeah, or you can equip the D-mic just for the memes and listen to her inner monologue. Or outer monologue if she's speaking out loud, I guess.
Yep. This is the chill part of the run. Mostly runners taking a break here, sometimes even a bathroom break. There's parts where nothing is happening and you don't really have to do anything, so you can just chill, sit back and relax. This is a very, very tough, hard, and I would say exhausting run. You can't just keep running this for hours and hours without taking a break every once in a while.
I mean, if you have like an emergency and you got to take a wicked shit or whatever, you could always just call Snake. But you have to be looking with the scope
but that's
to where he's shooting.
Yeah.
It is a little bit slower, but you know. And maybe we'll see if any of these runners decide to meme it up on the wall. Some people like to draw with the PSG-1 or the AK while they're waiting for this zone to complete.
Mockingjay got that Cypher very early. House already set him himself for when the guards come out of that tower. But yeah, this is usually a little bit of a silly section. People are just chilling, stretching. Both runners, both ready for that soldier coming out here. Probably just taking a breather right now, because it's a tough race and they're neck and neck.
Yeah, relaxing for the times to come in Arsenal gear here. And while we have a little bit of dead time here, just want to remind everybody that's watching, if you're not following House or Mockingjay on Twitch, why don't you go ahead and do that now? That would be twitch.tv/housedist if you're already tuning in. Give a follow, and that would also for Mockingjay be twitch.tv/Mockingjay0903.
Give a follow or subscribe, and if you subscribe to House, because Mockingjay is almost hitting affiliate, guys, so please give her some follows.
Yeah, give him some money while you're at it, you know?
Well,
These people work
House
hard.
donates all his money to charity, so if you're subbing to House, you're actually subbing to charity, so it's always nice to have such an incentive from a runner.
Yeah, it's for a good cause, everybody.
So
I don't see any seagulls being sniped here. You know, that's probably
No,
what I would
we're-
choose to do with my time. But I'm a cruel person.
this is
So
an animal-friendly stream. We're not getting codex from Rose here.
yeah,
We're not getting divorced yet. Yeah, so upcoming is just following Emma, following her broad thrill because
we got one seagull though.
Ooh, Mockingjay getting that cipher and the seagull. That was almost a Robin Hood. Yeah, we're just waiting for Vamp to spawn basically, while we're just shooting those poor seagulls and ciphers. That will be the second Vamp fight. It will be over before you know it, because we'll just turbo through with the PhD-1. After that, we'll follow the blood trail from Emma to where she went to with Snake and Otacon. And then we'll head for the torture scene.
Yeah, then we'll take a little nap and wake up in Arsenal gear.
Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, again, you know, Twilight sniping section, great for bathroom breaks.
Yeah,
If it needs to happen.
yeah, it's amazing. You can just stretch. You can just talk to some people. You can rekindle some old friendships. There's a lot to do in this time. But
Yeah.
as you can see, like the rest of the run is super packed. There's no way to just catch your breath somewhere. You're constantly on edge until you're here.
Yeah, I would recommend calling your mother if you haven't recently during this section. You know, it's like you never call, you never write anymore. You don't love me, and we see high vamp by vamp there from House. That was very fast.
Yeah,
that's turbo
that's
vamp.
turbo vamp. We use turbo in this game because we love our hands and we want to be able to keep using them and not have injuries, and that's why we use turbo to skip through the cutscenes, because otherwise we would be mashing through those cutscenes. That's very hard, especially the codec calls. And the community loves it. The community absolutely loves it. We also use it during the torture section. Again, we love our runners, we love our hands. Don't torture yourself by mashing too much.
Avoid carpal tunnel, especially if you work with your hands for a living outside of speedrunning. That can be very difficult. And we say goodbye to Vamp for the final time here for Mockingjay, as we make our way over to install the worm cluster and head into Arsenal gear. Ooh, nice cartwheel into the elevator from House there.
Yeah, it's still neck and neck with these two. House slightly ahead.
Yeah,
Well,
again,
a little bit more than slightly, but
all it takes is a bad jejunum, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, could even things right up here.
so Jejunum is where the last very fatal, well, not fatal, but very devastating aerial can be. It's a gap that's in the bridge that you have to cross, and if you don't, then you will easily lose like 20 seconds, I would say. Yeah,
I mean,
House quite a bit ahead.
You can always make a mistake at any time too, you know? Don't just because rays are pretty easy or it looks that they're pretty easy doesn't mean you should underestimate the timing for them.
Right.
Nor Solidus. You know, you don't get the spacing right for Solidus or the timing right for the attacks, right? That could cost you quite a bit of time. So, you know, it's still anybody's race here.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little
And we
while.
see Olga's about to do the nut shot here.
Lil breeder again. as the torture scene happens, because you don't really have to do anything. I mean, Solidus will choke you, but you don't really have to do anything. It's like a training section for later in the game when he will try to choke you. It's just to get the player to understand what they have to do once you get choked, but you don't really have to do anything here. So here people can just stretch and drink some water, hydrate, you know, that kind of stuff. How's
Yeah,
Naked
and
now?
yeah, fun fact, that punch that Olga gives on European Extreme takes a third of your health bar away. And
Yeah.
likewise, for the actual choking section after Raise, I think
Nice.
it's something insane if you don't have turbo. It's something insane like you need 8 inputs per second or something like that. I heard anecdotally in order to be able to survive that. I remember doing a European Extreme run, you know,
Ooh, how's it going
15,
to
20
the
years
for the
ago.
gap?
Ooh, the gap. There
Ooh,
we go.
yes,
And he
yes, he
clears
got
it.
it.
But yeah, you need like 8 inputs a second or something like that in order to clear the torture section for Solidus on
Yeah.
Euro Extreme. So very very grateful for all of our hands that Turbo was introduced into this game. It was decided by the community that it would be allowed in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Save your hands. Use
A
some
lot of
turbo.
codec calls, you know, a lot of torture scenes. You know, I personally have a passion for the Mashin, but not everybody does, and that's okay. You know, you got to save your strength.
Me as well, but I do think that turbo is a very good thing to have. So let's see if Mockingjay can clear the gap without falling down. Usually the runners will get it, but it's a very tight one. And it's also scary getting the yellow there.
Ooh,
Yes,
she clears it.
nice.
Nice.
That was a really kind of weird angle that she took there.
Yeah.
She tapped like a minute or a second too early there, but
A little
still
bit of
very
funky
good.
movement, but cleared.
Yeah. So again, this is just a waiting zone. I was just waiting here for the tutorial, the sword tutorial to be over. The game gives you a little time to be familiar with the sword and the movements of the sword and what you can do with the sword, even though we are not going to use the sword because we can just use stingers.
And once you swing the sword once, it starts a timer, I believe, of 45 seconds to where you go into Tengu 1. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Either
if you really have to
45 or
quickly pee,
69.
as long as you don't have to pee too bad, you could probably squeeze it in here. But House is going into the codec call to go into Tengu 1 here.
Yeah.
A lot of
and
exposition here, you know.
And he's going to fight his way through with Snake. Just probably, yeah, he's using the EAK here to kill the guards and get to the door as fast as possible, and then do a skip. So that skip works by pressing yourself against the door, and then using first-person view and doing a punch-punch-kick combo. Yeah, he gets it first try.
Yeah, first try. That's
very,
good.
very good from him. It basically puts you just out of bounds, just enough. The kick does that, and then the game registers at you going through the load zone of the door. So he's going to use stingers now to
interesting.
clear those guys and let Snake probably take out the other guys that are on the platform. We just use stingers on the spawn point of the guards. And that's the fastest way to clear this, because if you just eliminate all the guards, then you can go on to the next section.
Yeah, somebody please in stream correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this strat was originally with the Stinger here for the Tengus, and Tengu 2 was found by Beswick originally. But please feel free to correct me if that's wrong.
Beswick. I remember that name.
Second place on the VE board.
Please come back, Beswick. We miss you. Okay, Mockingjay lining up for the Tango skip right now. Oh.
Ooh, missing it.
Hitting Snake there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, on third one, she got
it. There we go. That's still good. Like, it's a very weird skip. You have to stand in a certain way to the door. I think you should be more to the left of the door than the right, but it could also be the other way. I've never done that skip, so excuse me for that.
House is already out of Tengu 2 here, and he's listening to Solidus drone on. If anybody can find a skip for that, I'm sure there's a very hefty bounty to be paid out. You know, because we don't want to hear him drawl on about, you know, the S3 plan and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But fun fact, you know, you can menu and do all sorts of stuff and the dialogue will still continue. So, you know, feel free to take a bathroom break, meme around, waste your ammo.
Yeah, this is
whatever
the
you want.
only place in the game where you can just menu around without pausing the game. Solidus does not take pauses. He will just continue rambling. So you can just
Well, he did used to
prepare.
be president, you know, so I guess it makes sense.
Right, right. That gives you all the access and privilege to just go through whatever you're doing.
All things considered here, pretty smooth Tengu 2 for Mockingjay as she goes into the long exposition here. You know, 4 and 20 years ago. Here for Solidus.
Oh, but Solidus now. House rocking that sunglasses. He's going to the race now, so there's a race strat here, a fast strat. You just have to hit them all in their head.
Well, the first two.
Missing the third one. Yeah, you can get the third one actually, but it's very tight. It's a very fast strat still.
Yeah, I don't think I've personally actually seen anybody do the hit all 3.
I think I've seen it like once or something. I mean, Platonic Guy is insane on this game.
I think say Platonic's probably done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That man is an animal.
He's a robot.
Go
That's just
check.
what we say.
I highly recommend everybody in this stream go check out his ILs on the speedrun board.
Yes,
Makes
he is
for some
very
great
good. Yeah.
And now we go
losing
into,
his health here,
torture.
and then stopping it at the last moment. You cheeky bastard.
You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the
So Mockingjay almost to the end of that long-ass speech by Solidus. House going to the Codex while approaching the Solidus fight. Let's see if he can get some good elbows there from him.
But the pause with the menu.
Slight pause there after it stopped. The speech stopped. Yeah, she's getting the same as House. Ooh, she almost got hit by the laser there, but she was just in time with her shot. Hey, Jaguar King, thank you for the raid.
Much appreciated, Jaguar King. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
What up?
Shout out to Jaguar King, one of our most awesome MGS1 runners, I would say. Thanks for tuning in. We're doing an MGS2 race. We're almost at the end. Not like the end as in MGS3, but the end of MGS2. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, well, we still have, you know, can't say goodbye to DMCA at the end, so we'll have a, you know, about a 9.5 minute, you know, break at the end before we see the IGT.
So how is entering phase 2 with Solidus?
He takes off the Doc Ock arms here and
Yeah, let's
zooms
see.
around real
Yes,
fast.
nice elbow there. So if he does the elbow, that's the easiest to hit him back. If he's slashing, it will take you like this. Slashing will always make you wait a little bit. You can catch him out.
and that's GG for House.
Yeah, but catching him out is always tougher. You can also wait like House just did. It's a little bit slower, of course. So let's see from Mockingjay the Solidus fight.
I remember
Mockingjay, of course, started a little later than House, so we'll just still have to see what their times are going to be at the end of this run.
All races go to IGT, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, non-gender conforming individuals. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, almost to phase 2 there. Very nice from Mockingjay. So we stamp in the back to make him launch those rockets.
Ooh, and
I think I found
falling off the edge there.
Yeah,
What?
that was tight.
he said.
Okay, now he's entering phase 2. So in first phase, we stand away from Solidus so he spams those rockets, because then it's very easy to just aerial to him and hit him. And in phase 2, we generally want those elbows like you saw in House's fight. Let's see if he can give some elbows to Mockingjay. We just hold out, yeah, and very
The
nice.
people's elbow, very nice.
We just hold out our sword in a defensive position like that to block it. Very nice second elbow, that's perfect. And very
And
good.
that's GG for
fight.
Mockingjay.
GG's to both runners here.
all in all, a very close race. That was pretty riveting. if I do
Neck
say
and
so
neck,
myself.
like they've both been ahead and behind of each other. Very nice race to see.
My heart was like pounding out of my chest at Harrier. That was intense for both runners.
How are you
Hello.
guys? Hi.
Hey everyone.
I am once again annoyed with myself that I cannot just do the Harrier. I forgot about +1. I forgot about it.
You did better than House. I'm not like not to be
What the hell?
that
With
was
the
very
one-shot
bad.
Harrier.
What was yours like?
My Harrier was just disastrous. I somehow slipped with the stick, and the first stinger just landed in the wall. And then the problem is because it takes so long to explode, I couldn't follow up with the rest of the shots. So I started with 2 shots at least, and tried to do the rest as I figured. But the problem is I haven't really practiced just 2 shots as a backup.
Yeah.
I guess it's a study that I need to do, just in case something goes really, really wrong, I can follow up at least. But yeah, usually at least I get like 4 shots in, easy peasy. But yeah, this one was a study.
Yeah, these are the race backups that you really need. Like
Yeah.
races, they make you do the worst things possible in the game, so you're gonna get your backup strats.
I mean, I had a few issues with a few, like Emma Escort went bad, and I was like, fuck's sake. I knew it was happening as well. All I had to do was first person view it, and I don't know why I didn't. I was like, oh, no, I'm just gonna shoot him, and then he caused an alert. So I had to like try and get it through, but I couldn't. Oh, it was just painful.
But I think we all know how it is with Harrier, though. It's like your heart starts racing in
Yeah.
like strut E on the way to Shell once you connecting bridge, right?
Yeah,
So,
after I've got that gun,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
As soon as
Yeah,
I
you
start
go into
skipping
fight
the
or flight.
cutscenes and prepare for sniping, I'm like, oh shit, it's about to happen. Then when I actually skip all the cutscenes, I lean back. I need my hands to be free. I cannot, have them on the table or something. I need everything free and fully focus. And still, sometimes this happens, Like this week, I showed a lot of different Harriers, textbook ones, and then this one. So the whole range was present this week.
I mean, I can't. Do you know what? Whatever. It is what it is.
It is.
all in all, this was a great showing in a very close
Yeah,
race.
this
Yeah,
was
you
a
should be
very
proud
nice
of
race.
yourself.
Like
Honest-
apart from that Harrier, I don't think there was anything that I would there were no major like errors or anything. Like okay, there was
Yeah.
a slow Harrier, but it's not really an error. It's there no continues from both.
I was gonna ask,
Did
no
you-
continuous, right?
Yeah, did you
Yeah,
do
no
swim
continues.
glitch?
I did swing glitch, and this was the one that brought me back in front of you again, because I was actually behind for you until swim glitch. I was just
Right,
like, God, this
okay.
better work or not, because I mean, it worked, but it
You
was
were
tight.
slightly ahead.
Yeah,
you were
I
slightly
was
ahead
holding-
of the Harrier.
I was holding my breath there. Yeah, House. You had I think like a 2 cycle, more or less.
Yeah, a little bit. Need to adjust.
Yeah,
one more
I mean,
time.
little bit of a slow setup at the beginning, but overall
I think
got
that's
the
like
job done.
4. Yeah, 4 seconds maybe I lost, but good enough to be again time safe for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to attempt it. I was like, no, I'm not. My luck with it in races is just not worth it.
It's fair. It definitely takes a little bit from me. I have to force myself in the beginning to be like, hey, this is happening now. If I don't do it, I will always be afraid of it. I've said this many times here and there. It's so many aspects where I get nervous and then I just, chicken out. And for me personally, if I do it every time, sure, you fail in the beginning a little bit, but the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it, and then it feels actually natural to me. And I'm currently at the point where I'm like, yeah, if it's not perfect, I know they start to back up, turn around, and then continue, so I get it decent enough.
Yeah, and don't forget to just breathe. I mean, the worst thing
Yeah.
that can happen is that you take a continue or something. That's not it's not really that bad. There are worse things to happen to your game that are out of your control, like the game crashing or soft locking somewhere. Good thing they were on PC because the PC version doesn't soft lock as much as the console versions, but still, there's so much that can happen. You making an error somewhere, it's not really the biggest deal.
Yeah, I saw you were doing Amazon, right, Mockingjay?
No,
No.
Oh, then I
no,
didn't see that correctly.
I just
You
messed
saw
up
her
my.
back
Yeah,
after she
you
got
saw
alert.
me. you saw me fuck up and have to recreate myself.
Okay.
Recorrect myself.
Yeah, you took that alert and then you went out of the room.
The room
reset
to
the room.
reset the room because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get through the room.
Yeah.
I see.
I also had to make sure that I had enough AK bullets because I used a lot of them trying to get rid of the guards.
Oh yeah, I know
I had
that.
17 left when I was getting across the bridge. I was like, I'm just gonna skip the first cipher,
Yeah, that
not
works.
even try and shoot him yet, and then go for the second one. I had 7 bullets left.
Yeah, that was very tight.
It was quite tight.
But this is the thing, you gotta be aware, you know, if you make a mistake, be aware of the repercussions it causes later
Yeah.
on. Like,
And that's
and I
very
think
true.
that's probably one of my best qualities when I'm running the game now is I know what happens if I make a mistake. So I'm gonna, you know, I know what to do for the future type of thing. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's perfect because I think that's the most valuable thing to have in a race. You have to know your backups. You have to know your strats. I mean, when I was doing the blindfolded tanker race with Apache, I had to make sure that if something went wrong, I was able to reset the room or reset myself to a point, like blindly set myself back to a point where I could try again. And I never thought about it that way because first I was just doing ILs, you know, I was just running the same level over and over, and I was just trying to get a PB. And if you make a mistake, you just, you know, reset the game and you go again.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very valuable asset that you have, and not many people can just improvise right on the spot.
I mean, I try. Like, sometimes it doesn't work. Like, but
You can't be perfect, but it's
yeah.
nice to have for sure to be able to improvise.
I'm just trying to focus on the positives instead of the negatives for once.
Oh,
I mean,
I only see positives here. I don't know what you're talking about. You had 0 continues. You got all the major things. You had a very like okay Harrier. It wasn't bad at all.
No.
You did not miss any leaps of fate, aerial kind of things. I
Yeah,
think it was
true.
a very solid race.
Absolutely. If this
Yeah,
performance
all in
would
all,
happen at
clean.
ESA, I'd be like, you know what? We did our best. It was definitely good. Not
Yeah.
mad
When
at
is
all.
the time for House here?
Yeah, I'll see it. I hope it's still
Let's see
104.
the time.
I'm hoping mine is at least under a 107, but
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I turned
I don't
everything off, so I don't know myself.
Yeah, I don't know
Is
mine
it
either.
gonna be is it going to be time or like
No.
a time?
No.
Patriots, they're all dead.
By 10
105-10.
seconds.
5. Well, that's not bad at all for a race.
Especially with
Not
that
bad.
Harrier, I'm surprised it's that low, to be fully honest. Like,
Yeah.
but I think this speaks
Yeah,
to my consistency slowly but surely. If I do one big mistake at Harrier, for example, the rest, if that's clean enough, it's still a low enough time, I think.
Indeed.
The thing is with Harrier, if you make a mistake there, it costs you so much because he goes into that cycle where he just stays away from you.
Yeah, it's a weird fact. Whew.
Very annoying.
I think what's coming up soon with time for Mockingjay.
Yep. We
Yes.
say Hideo Kojima here.
Sweet jazz is ending.
Honestly,
No.
let's see that house tie. I'm in for a house tie.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I guess we can say goodbye to yesterday.
No, we don't need any more ties. Thank you very much.
You don't want to do a best of 5 tanker.
Absolutely not.
me and
Rather
Post
lose.
will fight it out for you guys, okay?
Y'all have come a long way from 108-22.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, yeah. You both came from about the same kind of
6:22.
times.
So yeah, about a minute past.
Well,
Do you
that's
know
still
what?
very solid.
That's not that bad. I had a few mistakes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it was not bad at all. No.
I was gonna say that's very decent still.
Yeah,
like-
this is a nice race time.
there was a time where I was like, you know, I could barely even get near 106s. So
Exactly.
yeah,
GG's
Like-
to you both, by the way. Very
Yeah,
good runs.
GG's. Nice race, Mockingjay.
you
GG,
too.
guys.
You too.
Well played.
Again, we have an
Insane.
estimate at ESA of 110, so that includes credits and a lot of errors. we
I
already
mean,
talked to them.
Yeah, we I don't know if we're doing credits yet or not. Like with your overlay, right? If I grab that as well, then we could just go off that, I guess. But
We could at least
Only if
do the
it's hard
prediction
to.
thing, yeah. If we had the prediction,
yeah,
we can like, well, my time would be at the end, this and that, and Mockingjay's would be that.
yeah,
So
and that could kind of work instead of like waiting till the credits. Like,
Speaking
Yeah.
of predictions, this means that House has won. So whoever
Woohoo!
bet on House, you're getting some points.
was it just one guy? Oh, it was two and two.
There you go.
Also,
You, but I can't bet points.
yeah, I want to see. Oh, 84% to 16%. Well,
yeah, I didn't bet. So if I had a bet, I would have bet on you as well as a house. So there you go.
Enjoy your points, guys.
Thank you. Well, I don't have much to say. Of course, everyone who is here, if you watch this race back on YouTube, make sure to check out the video description down below. I have linked all of these fine person. And Chew, get on that streaming soon, hopefully, and get out of Tanker as well.
I actually do have a Twitch set up. Believe it
Yeah.
or not, it's at twitch.tv/chewableprozac. If you fancy, just throw a follow my way if you want.
Yep. Link down below, easy to find. Lightning, what will you do next? If you want.
Me? What I'm going to do next, I think I'm going to hit A.
Fair enough. But you can find also Lightning Strikes under the Lightning Strikes on Twitch. And of course, Mockingjay is Mockingjay0906, correct? On Twitch.
I am 3 away from making it to affiliate, guys.
Nice.
So
I gave the wrong link before. I said 0903, I think, by accident. I'm
Oh,
so
okay.
sorry, Mockingjay.
0906 is my birthday. Come
Yeah.
on,
I'm-
guys.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I wasn't
I
looking.
think you said it right because I was focusing on that. But yeah, no, I promise I'm going to be streaming for sure this year. But I'm going to be streaming.
This year.
I'm going to
Sometime.
be streaming, guys. Also, thanks Tino for the follow. I saw you follow. No, but I'm going to be streaming as well. I think I'm going to pick up MGS2 full game
Yay.
and Peace Walker.
Yes.
I'm going to get myself some Peace Walker stuff in with Sergeant Silent, also a very cool guy.
Good.
So yeah, you can look forward to that, and I might do some more blindfolded stuff. Depends.
Oh,
Let's go. That's hype.
exciting.
All right. And I will
Yeah,
call it for the night today. The problem is I'm getting headache. I would do more stuff, but, you know, I gotta end it on a high note, and I think this is the highest note I can get this week. So I'll be back tomorrow again. More races, more speedruns. We're gonna raid quickly Blue Metal, who's preparing for AGDQ. Great guy, also part of the Metal Gear Speedrunners community. He's doing the Automata. Give him a follow, checking out, and of course, I see you tomorrow again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.